probably 5 different times in this journey. I'm like, okay, ready to throw in the towel. I'm gonna go work for, like, what tech company will take me?
What in the world led Sarah Dietschy, who's a well-known tech YouTuber, almost about to reach 1 million subscribers, what led her to feel the urge to shut off the infamous neon sign and leave it all behind? And what can we as YouTubers learn from this story so we don't hit the same wall? Okay, so let's set the record straight. Did Sarah throw in the towel?
But I always come back to it because it's like I would die if I wasn't able to create my own schedule, if I wasn't able to stay up until 4 a.m. and wake up at noon.
Okay, the answer is no, but her journey is definitely proof that you need these 3 elements to have a thriving channel. But let's be real, there's a lot of different reasons to want to drool over this ideal future for yourself, right? But let's just talk about a hard truth here. That drooling, that dreaming, that's not going to be enough motivation to get you to where you want to go. And you see, when it comes to goals, traditional advice is going to sound something like this.
If you are just now starting your YouTube channel, I really think your first year, if you hustle hard, you focus on actually using the right strategies, things that I've shared in my YouTube videos, I think you can reach 1,000 to 10,000 subscribers this year.
Have you ever noticed that goals aren't enough? Let me give you a real life example. You very well know you should have that gym membership and you should probably be going 4 or 5 times a week, right? You know that you're gonna feel better, you're gonna sleep better, your back's not gonna be in as much pain if you continue to grind and continue to go. You know all this, but you still don't go, right? Why is that? I mean, we know the benefits of it. It's because the end result is not a good enough motivator. You know who the healthiest people are? The people who are constantly going to the gym. You know who they are? People who love going to the gym. And we as YouTubers, we have these goals, whether they be subscriber goals or monetary goals or any other type of goal, but we always kind of forget about the journey. And here is a clip of Sarah on the Creator Science podcast where she's talking about her struggles with the journey.
As a YouTuber, you literally wake up every day thinking that it could disappear like that. I'm so thankful for all the opportunities I've been able to have and continue to have, but the downside of it is literally every day you're like, oh, if I make one wrong move, this is over. You just have this anxiety always kind of at bay that's like, this could go away. Everyone feels the same exact way. Literally everyone.
You see, there's a different level of stress when it comes to a creator business as opposed to a traditional media business. In a typical business, you got somebody at the top, and then you got the people that report to that person, and then the people who report to those people, and then it just continues, and it starts to look like a pyramid. And if the CEO, president, or whatever, if the top dog gets removed, you have a problem. Of course, you need to replace that person, but the structure of the company is still intact. The company can still continue. But in a creator-led business, you flip that pyramid over, and it all really rides on that solo creator. Because when the business, the brand is based on one person, if that person decides, I'm out, I can't do this anymore, then an entire company ceases to exist. And I know I say the word creator, but these creators are actually businesses. They've got employees, they've got teams, and they've got a lot of money coming in and a lot of pressure as well. And I believe that's the pressure Sarah started feeling, and it actually turned into a job that she never even wanted.
It's essentially like you have the same job, it's just now with your face, where if I'm doing 4 to 6 branded videos every month, you have 4 to 6 clients to pay attention to and expectations to meet. And you just stop sleeping.
Thank you so much, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video.
This video is sponsored by,
I promise you, right after this word from our sponsor.
shout out to this video's sponsor, which is not healthy, especially when I'm terrible at hiring people, terrible at scaling.
So for Sarah, this is a journey of self-discovery. And you think many of us, we think we know what we want, and that's why we end up watching a lot of the videos that I showed you earlier. But what's interesting is, in order to learn what we actually do want, we sometimes have to learn first what we don't want.
I'm kind of taking this approach where for a while I tried to be someone else. I tried to be this fancy tech reviewer. I'm gonna have what Linus Tech Tips has, or even Austin Evans. I'm gonna be, that my own version of that.
And here's how she felt when she realized she didn't have to be somebody else. She could just be her.
Okay, well, given that, you don't need to do 5 or 6 brand deals a month. Make time for videos you actually want to make, but also do the research, take the 6 hours it's going to take to figure out an actual compelling title thumbnail, and do your own projects. There's a series I want to keep doing where I tried, I learn new creative software. I'm the happiest when I am learning new things. And so I learned Blender for 24 hours, and it was super challenging, but it was so rewarding. So I want more projects that are rewarding like that.
And this is what she loved doing. And another way of saying this is the problem that she liked solving. And I know that's kind of a weird way of saying that, but that idea actually comes from one of my favorite books, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. And the book's definitely got some colorful language in it, but it's got some really interesting points in there. And one of the things I got most from it was this idea of defining what you want and forgetting about the rest. Don't get distracted by the rest. Because I bet if I asked you why you wanted to grow a YouTube channel, you would say something like, I just want to get millions of subscribers, or I want to go full-time, or I want to be well-respected and admired, be a thought leader. And here's the thing, your response, if that's the case, would be so expected and unoriginal that it doesn't really mean anything. Everyone wants that. And a better question that the author actually brings us is this question: what pain do you want in your life? Because you see, life's always gonna have struggles, whether you have 100 subscribers or 1 million. You will never not have struggles. But Mark writes this: what are you willing to struggle for? Because that seems to be the greater determinant of how our lives turn out. For example, most people want to get the corner office and make a boatload of money, but not many people want to suffer through 60-hour work weeks, long commutes, obnoxious paperwork, and arbitrary corporate hierarchies just to escape the confines of an infinite cubicle hell. You see, most of us think we want to be successful YouTubers, but let's ask the question, do we want the pain of what it takes to be a creator? The sacrificing of all free time, the staying up late at night so you can edit, the sacrificing stable income, or the time with your family and friends just hoping that you find success here. Okay, let me lighten the mood a little bit. Let me tell you a story. When I was a kid, I really wanted to be a child actor. Like, I wanted to be on Nickelodeon, and honestly, I was convinced that I would be. I watched things like the Kids' Choice Awards. You remember those? You ever watch those? With all the green slime? That was a big day in my household, and I remember telling my parents that there's gonna be a day where I'm gonna get slimed on that stage. I'm gonna be accepting that orange spaceship thing, whatever that was. I know it wasn't a spaceship. I can't think of it. I was serious. I mean, here's my headshots. I mean, we were going places. Scarf and all. And real quick, before I reveal if I did become an ultra famous child actor, if you just dig my scarf, can you boost my ego a little bit, give me some love, hit that like button for this video, I'd appreciate it. Okay, so did it happen? Did I become the big child star? No, obviously not. I've never seen the green slime in person. No. Well, why not? Well, the answer's kind of simple. I didn't really want it. I mean, I thought I did. I love the idea of being ultra famous and being in front of screaming fans and holding the award and all the green slime. I love that part of it. But I wasn't even interested in what it took to get there. I really wasn't even interested in being in school plays because I thought I was too good for that. Like, I'm going to Hollywood. I didn't enjoy what it took to get there. I was just interested in the end result. So what does it look like to find a problem that you actually want to solve?
But I think a lot of this is based in my self-discovery of, I just need to go back to being an artist, being project-based, being someone who just makes stuff, right?
I need to listen to my heart, figure out what I actually like to do, and just do that and go full force that.
Finding joy despite the challenges actually comes from understanding what struggles and crap you actually want to put up with. But here's the thing. It would be one thing for Sarah to just upload very artsy videos, but the reality is she has to pay the bills. And maybe you want to grow a YouTube channel and you want to have that stable income. You have to get that income as well. So we cannot just stop there. And if you actually want to turn this YouTube thing into a career, you have to understand this. Well, remember that triangle that I showed you earlier? And just being honest, I'm not going to do a better job at explaining this triangle than these two well-respected gentlemen.
We went into making the Colin and Samir channel with being very selfish creators, which is completely fine. It's like, here's what we want to make.
Oh yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Here's what we want. But if you want to be a creator, then you have to be empathetic towards the audience. And we were not. An artist has no empathy to the audience, right? An artist paints something and says, this is what I wanted to paint. I don't care what you think about it. Interpret it as you wish.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's like you have to pay attention to the platforms. You have to be cognizant of the environment, of the context you're in. So you can't only do what you love, right?
There's a balance between what you want to make, what the audience wants, and what the platform wants. There's three things that make up,
And this is the triangle we're talking about. You see, when most creators start out, they start out really heavily on trying to grow rapidly, and they end up leaning way towards this side of the triangle, focusing on these two elements, and really abandoning this very important piece of the trifecta. And understanding how to make sure that triangle is balanced is honestly something I am still in the journey of figuring out myself, because I definitely leaned that direction when I got started on YouTube. And I finally feel like I'm figuring out this other side. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing, because this is the kind of videos I love creating, so I'm gonna keep making them. I love learning from other people's stories. So if you do as well, let's learn together, let's do this YouTube thing together, and I will see you in the next video.